Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of AI, the Somnium Files nirvanA initiative, where we have gotten to the true final path again. And I'm hoping we can kind of close this out pretty soon, because we have enough of the pieces that I think it's all starting to kind of click. Not completely, but
what?
Starting to.
Do you have more insults to hurl at me for missing 6 years of your life?
No, it's not that. Maybe she just wanted to hear you say...
Say... what?
Mizuki, you've grown so much, or something emotional like that. No, not that either.
Ah, right. For you, it's been 6 years.
Yeah, for you, it's been like 2 days.
For me, it's different. I've been back for 4 days dressed like this. I've been watching you guys the whole time. So I don't really have anything sappy to say.
I told you, it's not that!
I'm home. Welcome back. Is that what you wanted to hear?
Alright, okay. Let me try this again. Mizuki, I'm home.
Oh,
Welcome back, Date. But that's not what I wanted to say. I threw away all your porno mags.
Oh! What a shot to the gut.
I know that Horidori Institute and Nyes are both caught up in the HB case.
Easily. That's kind of very
Ken
easy.
was created at the Institute, and he was acquaintances with Tokiko. So, by borrowing his mask, I could snoop on Tokiko and other members of Horidori Institute.
But why do you still look like that here?
Well, looks like it's troublesome to take off.
Horidori Institute and Nyes people come here all the time. Imitating Gen makes it easier to eavesdrop on them.
That would do it. Who's the corpse?
Let's talk about it later. Trust me, if I explain it now, it'll only confuse you.
Well, I mean, I know who it is.
Gonna be honest, this has gotten way out of hand. I can't do this on my own. We need to work together to stop their plan.
Their plan?
Yeah, the nirvanA initiative. So first, I contacted Mizuki Kuranushi.
Date and I met 6 years ago.
Did you?
He knew how to get a hold of me.
The abandoned factory incident. Are you saying that was you? Oh, that makes sense. She did fall over with her condition. So that's why Mizuki wasn't questioning it too much. Because that's BB 6 years ago, and that was the whole crossing paths thing. So technically we weren't playing Mizuki at the time, we were playing her. Which is fucking confusing.
I shared everything I had, then told her to find you, Mizuki.
And also makes sense as why she also has IBA's tracking. We could, well, connectivity, because she had IBA for a while as well.
To help stop them?
Basically.
This is... wow. So we played BB for a while and we just didn't know it. Back and forth kind of thing.
BB. What? Oh, nothing. I just wanted to call you by that name.
Embarrassing.
I don't know. Not here.
It's fine, I know where he is. Don't you have an idea too?
Sure. Pretty,
Last night, Date called me out of the blue. He told me about the corpse. And how he was pretending to be Genny.
and probably why he was shocked to see the corpse.
And everything else he knew.
Kizzy, how you doing?
I suppose Big Sis has already told you everything.
A good
Big
point.
Sis and I lived in the same home for 6 years, but I never thought my Big Sis was my Big Sis's Big Sis.
Okay, we're getting a little convoluted here.
So confusing.
Anyway, Mizuki Date, I will call you Little Big Sis from now on. And you, Mizuki Kuranushi, I will call you Big Sis.
Still, just as confusing.
It's not helping me. That would ruin me. Mizuki is BB's clone. Date already knows this. BB told him, but Kizuna and Leon didn't know this yet. They think they are just sisters. Let's leave it that way.
I am a little embarrassed to admit this, but Leon and I...
But Leon and I... And you what? You and Leon what?
plan to elope.
Oh!
What?
May I ask why?
Kizzy's father won't accept me.
Excuse me?
He threatened to send Leon to prison if he continued to see me.
And that's when I suggested that we run off together.
And I agreed.
Hell yeah.
So you two...
Yeah. They're both on the run for love.
But we don't know exactly where we want to go yet.
Well, how would you stay until we figure this shit out? Her father could still be in on some of this, so...
Right. We need some more time to think about it.
So till then.
It is snowing outside, but do not worry about us.
Sure.
My heart is burning strong.
That doesn't keep you warm.
I have told him that I am safe and sound.
Okay, well, I'm glad you weren't kidnapped.
I am so sorry that I worried you.
It's all good.
Yeah. I'm sorry about all this, you guys.
So also, that's why 6 years ago when she went missing, and I was like, oh fuck, she went missing again. She didn't go missing again, and she and Dante were both looking for her, and then we found her first. So we were playing... So, when we seen Terror, back then, we were her, and we seen the half face of Uru. We didn't actually... Okay. We seen Uru pretending to be... I'm blanking on his name. Anyway, the other guy. But now they're both dead, so now I'm not sure who Terror is. Because now I'm getting it all figured out.
I've known her for a long time. She's a former coworker from back when I was doing bad stuff. Back then, I used to call her Quartz.
Hey, don't just blurt that out!
Mizuki's name comes from crystal. The kanji for crystal can be read as Mizuki.
Crystals are the solid form of silicon dioxide, a mineral.
Thank you.
Most often recognized as quartz.
Wait, so you were in a Thieves Guild, baby? The snow isn't letting up. Don't change
Yeah.
the subject.
Why do you ask?
So what time is
No
it?
reason.
It is currently 4:25 a.m. Daybreak is close.
Okay.
I told you that we wanted to run away together.
Yes, you did.
And I wanted to be with Leon.
I got a call from my old pal Date.
I asked him to unlock something for me.
Which was the freezer, which is the scene we
Are
see.
you talking about the freezer?
No, I got that open on the 13th.
It was a different lock this time.
Anyway, that is when we met with Date and the woman he was with.
The woman?
Oh my god, I'm sorry, but I just... Okay, I need to look at this for a minute, y'all, because... Okay. Because I need to... I'm really trying to piece things together, and that's why I'm not talking as much. So, the way the timelines went, we thought, when we did the Ryuki path, we just did a straight shot, and that was all the past. But that's not the case. So, what we did was, we started off in the past, and then we switched off to the present. So this was in the present, talking to Tokiko and doing her Somnium and finding her dead. And so then we bounced back to 6 years ago to investigate that stuff, but then we bounced forward to the future. Okay, so hold on. Okay, so we did find him dead in the past. That makes sense. We did her Somnium in the present. Which that doesn't quite add up, does it? But it would have to. And then we would, well, that would make sense. That was the past. I mean, she looks the same anyway. So anybody we did encounter from the past. Okay. So then for her, we did the present where Ryuki was nuts. Okay, that was all fine. So then we went to the past, and the Traveler, and Gen's mind, and that must have all been... We weren't Mizuki, technically. We were Mizuki, but not the Mizuki we thought we were. And then this was the Mizuki we thought we were, and then this was the Mizuki we didn't think we were. And it wasn't... We didn't find as Mizuki Date the other half of the body and everything else. We found all that well after. So what bodies did we find? In the... Okay, that's fine. It's just a mess. It's just a mess. Knowing that whew. Okay.
I was there too.
Because I guess the only body they said was 6 years apart was Jin Furue's, which I just remembered
Okay,
his name.
I'll ask again. What's the deal with the corpse? Why is it in the freezer?
It's better that you see for yourself.
Let me just show you.
Another
what?
corpse?
No, Not one more.
Not one at all.
It's half.
You mean just the half of the corpse sitting in the freezer? No. No, it's Japan. There's a corpse here. Oh, but I already found that technically. But that's where and there's the file. So we grabbed that file in the past?
So, finished reading the file.
Okay, so we grabbed that file as her, or was it the other branching path? It was the other branching path, okay. So we had to get to this point because it was the other branching path. Never mind.
Yeah.
That's different. That was different.
Now do you understand? Now you know whose left half is in the freezer.
Yes.
Jin. Jin Furue. That's what he really looks like.
Yeah, he's kind of got that wild-ass birthmark.
And this body?
It's Uru's.
Uru Somizuki. Terror.
So who killed Uru?
He murdered 3 people 6 years ago. Jin, Chikara, and Andy's Komeiji.
But who killed Tokiko? Because Tokiko is dead. We witnessed her in the past. And that adds up now.
What's this? There's some kind of device in
It's
there.
that weird
It appears
device
to be a
again.
jet-like nozzle device.
It's the same one that was here. Lee and Keeson are here right now. We split
They're
up
not going far away, are they?
They should be fine. They said they were going to think hard about where to go.
Well, maybe we should have just took them with us for now.
That outfit was so hard to move in, with the wireframe and all the stuffing.
And
I
Jin.
don't need to explain it. You should already know.
Well, he was dead.
Jin Furue, the child of Tokiko and Chikara.
He was born with a rare and complicated disease.
Yeah, we're only half of his body grew.
It caused
tumors.
inoperable tumors to grow in the right half of his body.
Jin might have had it worst of all. He got his first transplant when he was really young. I don't think he wanted to take organs from Uru.
I don't think he knew really.
Remember
he was
what it
for a
said in
while.
Uru's diary? He said he wanted to apologize. I think he is referring to Jin.
So you think the transplant was done against Jin's will?
Likely.
I'm not positive, but that's just the feeling I get.
It's likely.
Only a few hours ago, around 1 a.m.
I asked Leon to open the door to the staircase.
So the lock you mentioned earlier.
So he'd opened it for Date, no
right.
problem, but we had to convince
The
him.
lock to the staircase door.
That's when I asked them about their plans to run away together.
Then the 4 of us headed down the stairs. Leon carried Kizuno down.
And that's when we found the corpse on the ritual platform.
Interesting. You just happened upon it?
I wanted to ask Shoma about the genetic experiments, so I visited him.
And I looked like Gen, so it didn't raise any concerns.
He told me a lot.
I know a lot
About his
about
body and his older sister. And about the hidden safe.
That's what we came here for.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
Shoma has an older sister?
Okay, so we found out in the past then.
Yeah,
you know her well.
Kizuno and Iris's friend.
A mermaid at Sunfish Pocket.
A Mame Doi.
Really?
Yeah, that one still throws me for a loop, not gonna lie. That one's still shocker to me. But we go around with it.
I used Marco's X-ray function.
Is that your eye?
Marco? The name of my AI ball in my left eye. He's pretty shy. He doesn't talk much.
At least you have it. You got Marco!
Unlike someone else I know.
Excuse me, are you talking about me?
Oh, you used to have.
I know Iba really well. We were partners 6 years ago.
But
When I was hired at Abyss,
But-
I was supposed to get Marco transplanted into my left eye. But he wasn't finished yet. So instead, I got Iba.
But Iba and Date.
Yeah, Iba and Date were kind of fighting at the time.
that happens a lot.
And I needed to see if I was compatible with an AI ball at all, so...
I see.
So that's why you
I
had
apologize. I do not remember anything from back then.
Because of the explosion, right.
So was the Mizuki back then in the explosion?
Yes,
It's kind of sad.
You? No.
I made so many memories with you, Iba.
The explosion. What explosion? was she a part of 6 years ago that I'm not remembering? Whatever. The only thing I could think of is maybe when she short-circuited because of Ryuki. Oh, and so Ryuki was dirty 6 years ago, even. And that was the runaway, because he seen Ryuki run away 6 years ago, and we seen that scene finally. Okay. That's fine.
Well, you see, I was so preoccupied with my work.
No, it was because you tried watching VR porn while Iba was still in your left eye.
The top secret mission Iba was on was with you.
That does sound like something that would make me very angry.
I told you a million times, it was just a watermelon splitting video.
Okay, that makes sense. Now we know what the
say
secret
anything
mission
more
was.
than what's in the file. Uru Somazuki. He's the child that was kidnapped from Iowan when he was 6.
And you were involved in an explosion 6 years ago, and then Iba did make her way back to... Okay.
It was Chikara and Tokiko who took him. They wanted to make him Jin Furue's daughter.
So for over a decade, they did surgery after surgery, giving more and more of Uru to Jin. Half of his face, too.
Kind of disgusting, not
The
gonna lie.
skin he lost was replaced by an artificial skin made of carbon chitin. Half his face was transplanted onto Jin's as well.
Which is just, ugh.
Right. And it was only half because Jin had a percent-shaped birthmark on the left side of his face.
Which the father really believed
A
in.
holy symbol for the Order of Percent. It was considered sacred,
And Chikara, being a devoted follower, couldn't get himself to rip that skin off.
which is why the left half of Jin's face was left untouched.
But what kind of monstrosity did you make?
And after all those transplants, Jin's body ended up being cut in half.
And then presented.
6 years later, February of this year, Uru's body was cut in half.
Yeah, but who did it?
So what was discovered was Jin's right half and Uru's left half.
So yeah, the only body that went 6 years apart. Nothing else was actually 6 years apart.
Jin and Uru are essentially mirror images of one another.
So when the police were identifying Uru's body, they got their DNA sample to compare against from Jin's organs.
And because those were originally taken from Uru, it naturally follows that they match.
So that's why...
That is the mistake that caused investigators to believe that they were the same person.
I mean, I was convinced till like now, and this is like episode 40-something.
I've been
Maybe
wondering,
50-something, I don't know.
6 years ago, why did Uru cut the bodies in half? That was for the nirvanA initiative, right?
I think
Yeah,
so.
but what does that have to do with the plan?
Fuck if I know.
And speaking of, is the nirvanA initiative still happening?
I mean,
After all, Terror's dead. Right, the mastermind is dead.
doesn't mean...
But you saw it. On the night of the 13th, on the rooftop of Misatan.
And I heard him.
That was Terror. It was definitely Uru's voice, but Uru should have been dead.
Perhaps his voice was recorded.
Either way, the rehearsal happened even after Terror died, which means...
That it's still
The
going
main
on.
event will likely still happen as well.
Yeah, it's safe to assume it will proceed as planned.
But I still don't understand the full scope of the nirvanA initiative.
To make everybody reach moksha.
When, where, how? We are completely in the dark.
Why don't you ask the culprit?
Yeah, good idea. Hey, Uru, what's up with your plan, you asshole?
Thanks, Tate.
No, that's not what I meant. There are other culprits. Whoever killed Uru and Tokiko.
Do you believe they might know something about the nirvanA initiative?
I've got no guesses as to who killed Tokiko.
I don't know for sure,
Or
but
Uru.
they at least might have some clues.
We don't have enough information yet. Looks like we're gonna need some extra help.
So they both only died recently as well.
Help?
Over here. Come with me.
There's nothing over here.
Thanks, Tate.
You would think that, right? But check this out.
We got a secret passage.
Sesame!
Thanks, Tate. You're genius. Love you to bits.
Marco, please.
I mean, technically it worked.
What is this?
It's another...
Do you like it? Erotic, isn't it?
It's... I mean, it's just a dungeon.
How is this in any way erotic?
Much more erotic than watermelon splitting.
Let's get going.
Yeah.
You need to drop the whole watermelon splitting, Captain. You're never gonna get that video. At least not watched in VR. Especially since you don't have an AI ball.
What?
Excuse me? Excuse me?
What does this mean?
So they didn't rebuild it?
It means exactly what you see.
There are 2 cathedrals?
That's right.
Mizuki, look.
Ryuki.
And Ryuki's down here.
I'm here too.
Tama.
How is Ryuki doing?
Terrible. It was a bad idea to show him this place.
Why'd you bring him here then?
He's been like this for hours.
I think it's a terrible idea to take him anywhere. If I'm completely frank. A phenomenon. Rapping sound. Okay. Why are you here?
Date called me.
Yeah. I told him to head over to the other cathedral.
Does that mean he saw Uru's corpse in Tokiko's file?
He did. Yep. And then he came here through the hidden passage.
But he's part of it. Date should remember that.
I heard. So she eloped, huh? It had nothing to do with the video. It was just Ryuki's active imagination.
It was something. Oh, so when she went missing... I don't know.
He appears to at least be breathing.
It might not be if there was rope and a branch in here. This has been eating at Ryuki for the past 6 years. He regretted what he did and blamed himself.
He regretted what he did
He
he?
betrayed Date and shot Mizuki Kuranushi with stun bullets.
Yes, he did.
And what happened to Mizuki, Date, and Kizuna on top of that?
He's been fucked.
Yeah, Terra detonated the bomb, but it was Ryuki who told Date about this place. If he never did, Kizuna and Mizuki wouldn't have been hurt. That's what's been plaguing him. He started drinking, which made the whole thing worse.
I don't care if he feels bad about it. I still don't forgive him.
Easy. He had his reasons.
I also implemented a self-destruct program. If I activate it, she'll be lost forever.
He did have a good reason. But still. What about the self-destruct program in Tom?
I was overhauled completely during maintenance a few years back, and that function was deleted.
Hell yeah.
That's when Ryuki opened up about what happened.
Because you wouldn't be blown up.
Why didn't you share this earlier?
I couldn't. Ryuki betrayed Abyss. He did something you can't come back from. I couldn't let anyone find out.
So you protected him.
It's the same reason I didn't upload the investigation data from 6 years ago. I made an oath. No matter what, I will protect Ryuki.
Understandable.
But Ryuki himself could have informed us sooner.
You should know why he didn't do that. Why he gave in to Terra's demands.
He wanted to protect his loved ones.
Wouldn't you do the same?
Well, you can't really argue that. But it's still messy. It is still fucking messy.
Do you hate Ryuki? Of course I do. I want to shove a pipe in his mouth and stir up his organs.
That sounds right.
6 years ago, he...
Oh, so you wear the same outfit. I guess that adds up.
It made my heart condition worse. It affected my work. I can't investigate properly if I have to go to the hospital all the time. But when I heard you recently joined Abyss, I shadowed you. And February 10th, when you went to the stadium, I got there before you and found the corpse. At the time, I had no clue it was Uru's left half.
Why'd you shoot at?
But I knew it had to do with the HB case from 6 years ago. I told you before that the one thing I wanted was for you to live a normal life. I couldn't let you get caught up in this case. I had to stop you.
That's why you shot
That's
at
why...
I see. You shot at Mizuki to dissuade her from finding the corpse.
But it didn't quite work. Seems a little pissed. I think she's a lot of pissed. What else do I need to touch here? Sand, pillar, sand. Oh, Dante's here.
Marco, can you send Iba the data?
Got it. Opening it. It is a cross-section of the two cathedrals.
Okay. The elevator with the stairs, but the other stairs lead to the other cathedral.
You get it now? There's one on the east and one on the west.
Terror blew up the west one. This one, right here.
Which happens to be the same side Ryuki met Terror.
Yep, okay.
What he called his execution chamber.
On the east side was Uru's corpse and Tokiko's file.
And that mysterious box.
The one connected to the Nyes building is the east one.
Gotcha.
You can take the elevator up to the president's office.
And that's why the file and shit's there. Adds up!
Ryuki, you made a mistake, but lying around here in all your misery isn't gonna fix anything. If you really regret what you did, solve this case. That's the only way to atone. Ryuki, I remember one night we went out drinking. You told me about your little brother. You always talk about him when you drink. You made him a promise, right? You said, I'll become a hero of justice.
Right before he was hit by a truck.
If I've fallen, I just need to get back up again. You used to say it all the time. It doesn't matter how many times you fall. As long as you have a body to do it, you climb back up again. Come on, Ryuki. Climb above the debris. It doesn't matter if you're pitiful. It doesn't matter if you show vulnerability. You struggle, you crawl, and you make it back to the top.
Take your fucking meds, Jesus butt.
That's what we do. That's what makes us human.
Oh, looks like maybe that did get through to him.
Mr. Dante. Everyone.
Ryuki, now's not the time to cry. Come climb up here.
You mean...
Damn, that's
Don't
not
get me
forgiveness.
wrong. I'll only forgive you after we solve this case. So...
Okay.
Damn. We got Ryuki back. Not how I kind of thought that was going to go. I thought that was going to get a little heated. After that we shared information, Ibatama and Marco shared everything on the local network. Dante received everything as well via the device implanted in his eye socket. Can he access it though? Anything that wasn't recorded electronically we shared verbally. Everything from 6 years ago, everything from this year, all the information including Somnia from top to bottom.
So, first thing on the agenda is stopping the nirvanA initiative.
It's finding the rockets.
When? Where? How? We don't know anything about it.
We should know everything except where. Tama shared all her data, right?
I
Yeah.
did receive the information.
I didn't give it a close look.
Yeah.
Oops.
I'll explain everything in order. First, Terror, Uru, created a video.
Oh, we have the locations. We have the locations.
Uru created 3 videos. QR video, nirvanA trial, and nirvanA X.
Yep, I
The
remember
QR
all.
video was the first.
The QR code on the signboard in Jin's body. That was a link to the video, right?
Right. So it was first made public 6 years ago, on February 10th. The motive was...
Merely a small part of my plan is the prototype.
I think it was just to get people
There were
talking.
stories about people who went missing after watching the video, but
It's just a urban legend.
It was actually the second video that caused people to go missing. The nirvanA trial. It was uploaded on February 9th.
A day before.
Back when Uru was still alive.
Or, no. The nirvanA trial, that was the video, that was a current video, that was a present day
But
video.
what for?
I think it was a beta version of nirvanA X, the third video. for testing purposes for the main event.
Testing what?
There was a code, like BATS 490 in the nirvanA trial video. That code led to the Eastern Cathedral. The coordinates led to the staircase.
Yeah, but that door has tons of locks.
Right, but the staircase had another code. By solving that, you could collect the numerous keys located all over the city. And those who did solve everything would be able to unlock the door to the Eastern Cathedral. Did you notice the box?
Yes.
Inside was a device that shot TC Purge.
That's what that little bugger
If you
is.
open the box, it triggers.
When it enters the brain, it can even overwrite the DNA structure inside neurons. It can make you see things, make you dance. It makes you do weird things over and over.
And it spreads in the air. If this virus gets out somehow, the human race is in for a rough trip.
And they plan on just firing that up into the sky
Can
and
you
letting
picture
Earth.
it? The whole world going crazy. People everywhere doing unpredictable things. Crazy things. Over and over.
I can't
I'll
imagine.
be honest. I contracted TC Purge because I opened the box.
But it's okay. Ryuki has developed a resistance to it, and he can't spread it either.
How do you do that?
Having said that, TC Purge is still a
Is that
problem.
why you have episodes?
Before the body develops a resistance, it can spread. Not to mention the neurons that are damaged can't be repaired.
That's why you have episodes.
That's why Ryuki was acting weird.
Is that what it looked like? When I was infected with TC Purge, my symptoms got worse. Disorientation, short-term memory loss, hallucinations.
He's been seeing hallucinations for 6 years now.
Okay.
The mental trauma of what happened to his brother.
It all kind of adds up to why he had those
Anyway,
episodes.
those who solved the code and opened the box contracted TC Purge, and as a result, they started acting strangely.
There's a couple people I can
And now,
think of.
there are people dancing and rioting in the streets, and a lot of suicides.
I see. These people would have no motivation to return home.
That's why so many people went missing.
In other words, Uru's experiments were a success. He's dead now, but his plan is still alive.
I'm guessing his lackeys are carrying out the plan now, to raise the curtain on the main event.
I want to know who did it.
I think I know what they're gonna do. They're gonna shoot the rocket somewhere.
No.
With TC Purge on the warhead.
The rocket will explode.
And the virus will spread?
Yeah.
Most likely, yes.
Tons of people will get infected with TC Purge.
It will grow in their bodies.
And inevitably spread.
From one person to another.
This is just getting bad.
If we do things that are beyond the comprehension of the designer, simultaneously, all around the world, bugs will start appearing everywhere.
This will lead all mankind to reach moksha, an emancipation from this fictional
I
world.
really don't think it's gonna quite go like that, y'all.
It's the nirvanA Initiative.
Even if this nirvanA thing turns out to be bullshit, the virus itself is a problem.
Right. I don't know if it will really cause glitches to appear or anything, but it'll be mass hysteria.
There is already an uptick in suicides.
What's the
The
plan?
final video, nirvanA X, is already public.
And it's gonna tell
There's a
us what-
7-digit number, which is probably a time and a date.
which we
February
did get.
15th, 12 o'clock.
We did get that February 15th, 12 o'clock.
Noon, today.
But what time is it now?
7:55 a.m.
We barely have 4 hours left.
Not good.
Well,
Oh, well, that's the part we don't get figured out,
We
right?
don't know.
my guess is the other letters that were in the video are some kind of code
Oh
too.
my god, the chairman.
Maybe they point to a location.
Yes, that's CCFGGDAEIGAHE. It's 2 words. I have a
No.
picture of that.
I converted the letters to numbers and checked the coordinates.
It's an area in the Pacific Ocean. No land around.
Shit,
I don't think those coordinates are where the plan is happening.
Then where could it be?
that's telling us where. I don't even think if I word scrambled it. Or what-
Oh, I remember something BB said earlier. The culprit who killed Uru and Tokiko. Maybe they have a clue.
Right.
Well, in that case, there is one person.
You have an idea?
I don't know if they're the culprit, but they might have some valuable information. I didn't know where to find them before, but I've got a good idea now. That person, she's
A mame?
probably with Shoma.
A mame? it's gonna be her. She's got some information.
I'll tell you the truth.
Oh! Well, you're gonna tell me the truth in the next episode. Sorry, guys. I know this is intense. Not my best commentary episode either, but a lot's happening, and I'm just trying to fit things together in my brain as we go. And I'm trying to be smart about it. Also, it's still weird that Shoma looks like that. We'll get into this in the next episode.